I know I've got some high school in here. Being active is fundamental to who I am as a person. Going out for a run, going for a bike ride, cooking or making something, it's just really central to who I am. I think I actually have my college jersey here. Getting into running in high school was a really great activity for me. Hard work equals results. That was one of the big mottos of my early on coach. I realize that applies to any part of your life. If you really put in the effort, then things pay off in the end. My name is Ian Wax. I'm an athlete, a medical student, and I live with recurrent pericarditis. So I had actually just gone for a run and felt totally fine. And then I went home actually to visit my family. And it was there that the pain started. Prior to having my first episode of pericarditis, I had no idea what it was. And I thought I had a good understanding of a lot of things in the medical field just because I had worked in it for a few years. It's a hard feeling to describe. It's a pain in the center of your chest. It's hard to breathe. You can't do any physical activity. So when I decided it was time to go to the emergency room, I woke up gasping for air in the middle of the night. And I was just so uncomfortable even laying in bed. And I was like, something is completely wrong. I need to go see someone. Based on the tests that they ran, it was pretty clear that I had pericarditis. It's relatively common, but a small percentage of people who are diagnosed with pericarditis have it keep coming back. And for me, I wasn't expecting it to come back, and it did about 8 weeks later. I believe I've had a total of 7 episodes, but once you've had so many, it's hard to count. I was told I had to be cautious, but no matter what I did, I still had episodes. So I figured if that's not helping things, then I'm gonna go back to being active again. And so I actually went for an 18-mile run. And then 2 days later, I had the worst pericarditis episode of my life. I could not move. I was just in the most amount of agony that I had ever felt in my life at that point. They ran some blood tests, they did an EKG, and I had a significant amount of fluid around my heart that caused it to be not beating properly. They call that a cardiac tamponade. It's a medical emergency and can cause organ failure and even death. I was told, in the very beginning that it was a relatively benign condition. And all of a sudden, it's something that's potentially life-threatening that my family needs to come to the hospital right away for. And I think that was very frightening for me. But while this was all unfolding, my current cardiologist had actually already started the process of getting me this new medication. I was very optimistic because I had done research and seen that it was very successful in patients in clinical trials. And since being on it, I've had no restrictions. I'm able to bike, I'm able to run, I'm able to play pickleball with my friends. These are all things that I'm able to do living with recurrent pericarditis. And it's been a long journey, but I'm really happy with the progress that I've made along the way. So this experience has helped me tremendously as a future doctor, and I think I truly can understand the patient experience now, especially someone who's gone through a significant hospitalization, someone who lives with a chronic illness. I think I have a really good understanding into what that looks like now, and kind of a new empathy and sympathy for the patients that are going through challenging times. Because time and time again, I didn't necessarily get the answer that I wanted, or I was told I couldn't do the things that I wanted. But I would say, and my piece of advice would be just to hang in there, persist, persevere, because it will get better.